Hello my beautiful people, welcome back to the table at the Shaman Shack. It is amazing to have you. Raph here. So, trusty cuppa again. Today I would like to review this little baby. So for those of you that can't see it, this is Athena Oregano oil. Now, for those of you that are hardcore ride or dies, you will remember I used to have really bad sinus problems, and you know, it's one of the things that I've suffered with for a long time, actually, from probably about, in fact, if you speak to my siblings, they'll all tell you, you know, they always, when I used to go and stay with my siblings, because there's quite a few of us, so when we were like in a small space, especially if we would go on holidays and stuff, they would deliberately keep me up because I was the one that snored the loudest. So if I fell asleep before everybody else, basically none of them would ever get to sleep because all they could hear was me snoring along. So yes, I am the one. And the funny thing is, that's continued probably right up until, it's now 2018, so right up until it's got to be early 2018. So, you know, my partner, bless him, has probably a few times been like, I'm just gonna... Anyway, so as many of you will have seen, for those of you that have been with me for ages, you know I used to have really bad sinus problems. As you've probably noticed over the months, it's basically disappeared. So one of my subbies on my YouTube channel, Radiant Reality, for those of you that have seen it, go and check it out. Please subscribe, enjoy. Yeah, one of my subbies said to me, look, you know, I've seen that you're really suffering with your sinuses and it's getting to the point where it is really bad. I want to help you out. And it's funny because I always knew that dairy aggravated it, and I just love cheese. I can't, you know, it's really hard. I'm toying with the idea of going vegan, but we'll get to that on another day. So that was that. And then she said to me, look, if you're interested, I'd really like to tell you about this remedy that I've been using because it's absolutely brilliant. And I said to her, to be honest with you, at this point, I'll try anything. So she said to me, get yourself some oregano oil. So I did some reading. By the way, just to let you know, disclaimer, I am not a medical professional. If you are ever going to use any of these products, especially essential oils, if you have any heart conditions or any underlying conditions, or you know, any of that stuff, please check with your doctor first that it is safe for you to use. I accept no responsibility for anything that might happen if you should decide to use these things. It's not down to me. I'm just giving a product review and giving a little story and a background to it. So with that said, I said, you know what, I'll go on, and I did some research because I'm a bit of a geek nerd like that. I really enjoy that sort of thing, you know. I love herbs, herbal cures, herbal remedies, anything natural. I'm, you know, a big advocate of all of those things. So I did some research on oregano oil. It's really good for the upper airways, the ENT, ear, nose and throat. And it has various other good bits and bobs about it, and it really helps to strengthen the immune system. So she said to me, look, it tastes like dirt, which it doesn't, but it is definitely an acquired taste, but it's worth it. And so I thought, you know what, I'll give it a try. So I went on Amazon, I got myself some of this one, and the reason I picked this one is because the active ingredient in oregano oil is called carvacrol. Carvacrol or carvacrol, one of those two, and it needs to be a high enough concentration of that specific active ingredient for the oil to be effective at doing what it's supposed to do. So I ordered it, it came really quickly, and I was like, yeah, awesome, this is great. So I got it, I'm reading the instructions, which, by the way, as you will hear, make sure you pay attention to, because I was like, wow, I didn't need to worry. So I'm reading the instructions, and it says no more than 1 to 2 at max drops in a cup of 500 milliliters minimum of water. And I was like, what? 1 drop? Whatever, I've been doing these sort of things for years. And I was like, okay. So me being me, you know, typical fast ass Raph, I put 3 drops in like half of a cup of one of these, imagine. So less than 500 mils of water. And I drop it in, swill it around my mouth. Damn! I'm like screaming for my partner. I'm on fire! My mouth, my lips, everything in there was just like rah! Like literally, I felt like if I could set fire to my breath and breathe fire, because it was that strong. And this is why I say this one in particular, I think is like 80%. It's like 70 or 80%, which is a really high concentration. So follow the instructions. And he was like, "What's wrong with you? Why didn't you read the instructions?" And I was like, yeah. So anyway, there's my funny story. I use this, it advises, I think it's like you have, it says like 10 days on with a full week off, and then you can go back or something thereabouts. I used it for 7 days on, I had a 5-day break, and then I went back for 3 days. And I kid you not, within the first 3 weeks, not only had my sinus issues cleared up, but on top of that, my partner actually told me, "You stopped snoring 3 days ago." Like genuinely stopped. And I've got no reason to lie, because I'm surprised actually, like I said, up until now, that he hasn't strangled me. Yeah, you know, and I have been amazed by its results. Also, to tell you another quick little story, had a work colleague come into work, and she had, bless her nose just was cold, flu, shakes, all of the rest of it. And I said to her, "Look, if you're up for it, I don't know what meds you're on, you know, let me know, but just try this, because I think it will do you, you know, the world of good." She was like, whatever. At this point, my nose is, you know, when your nose is so sore from being rubbed and blown, she said, "I'll try anything." I gave her 1 cup at lunchtime, and she said within an hour her nose stopped running. And within, I think it was 3 days I gave her consecutively, she said, "Not only do I feel better, but I could have stopped having to blow my nose so bloody profusely." So it really, really works. This one, as I said, is called Athena Oregano Oil. It comes in like a little, I've thrown the packaging away now, unfortunately. It comes in a little box that's pretty much the same as that. I hope you can see it, but for any of you that have those kind of issues, especially upper airways or anything going on at the back of the throat, get yourself some. I am an Amazon affiliate, so I've provided a link down the bottom for you to go and check it out. You can see how much it is, have a good read up about it. I literally cannot praise this stuff enough. I mean, I got this one just because I'm part Greek, so, you know, when I saw that it comes from Greece, I was like, well, you know. And that's why I've gone for this one. There are several different types out there. I've provided a link for you in the description, excuse me, of this specific one, so you can take a look at it and see if you can get some. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this second review of mine at the Shaman Shack coffee table. Have an amazing day, week, month, whatever it is for you. Take care, and I'll see you very soon. And don't forget to check out my other product reviews, and also the weekly and monthly tarot readings, etc., on Radiant Reality. Have an amazing time, and I'll see you very soon.